Hi, I'm Annette from itsadelight.com, and today I am going to share with you my super easy, refreshing red berry sweet yummy drink. And it's filled with probiotic goodness. And this is great to replace your sport drinks, your sweet trees, your sweet teas, your diet pop, anything that we're trying to get out and get refill with something good. This is it. This is my go-to. And basically, the way I make this is I start out with let's start here, is I start out with a plain water kefir, okay? So if you do water kefir, and you're like, what do I do with it now? It's plain. And the second little tidbit about today is we often have fresh fruit salad in the summertime, but after a couple days, like the second day, it's not quite as fresh. It's not bad, it's not moldy, but it's just starting to get a little soft. We don't want to waste this. So let me show you exactly what you do. I'm going to put my water, so my water kefir has fermented, and I do mine for 2 days. Some people only do it for 1. I do mine for 2. I'm just going to drain my water kefir off so I have my grains saved. And this is just a nylon little strainer. I try not to use metal. And I will refill this and feed it with its water, but we're not going to fuss with that here. Just going to teach you how to make this wonderful, refreshing drink, okay? So now I have my plain water kefir. What I do with my plain water kefir is I take some of my fresh fruit salad, and this could be fresh like it is right here, and I'm just going to put in a couple scoops. There's berries, yes, there's melons, there's grapes, there's all kinds of stuff, just like a fruit salad. And I'm going to put about so much. Oh, I'm going to even put a little bit more. Just depends on how rich of fruit flavored you want. Okay, that's all I'm going to do. Now, I'm going to put my white cap on here. I'm going to put my piece of tape, label it, and I'm going to let this sit overnight for 24 hours. Or if it even goes 36 hours, that's okay. All right. And then I end up with this. So now I have a second fermented fruited water kefir. It has some carbonation to it, a little bit, because I put the cap on tight, okay? And let me back up and tell you about this fruit salad also. So I could do this fresh, which is what I just did, but now this really needs to go in the freezer. At this point, I really shouldn't go any more days. It needs to go in the freezer. So when I put this in the freezer, I can still use it frozen in the same way in my water kefir. I can use it frozen in a second ferment when I'm doing kombucha. I can also just take some of this fruit, put it in my Vitamix, and make a wonderful fruit freezy. And for that fruit freezy, I'm not going to add ice because my fruit is all ice. And ice, two things, ice and water waters down, or you might say makes your freezy or your Slurpee or whatever it is you're making. It's not really a smoothie. Your icy. It makes it so it needs more sweet. We don't want to add sugar. We don't want to add the fruit juice to this. So we're just going to use frozen fruit. We can add a little bit of plain kombucha for liquid in our fruit freezy. We could add some of the water kefir to our fruit freezy. So that's a great place to add that plain water kefir. And it's just another place to use your frozen fruit salad so that you didn't, lose all of that. It's another way to save that, okay? So now let's get back to our refreshing drink. So now I let this sit overnight, and this is my one that's all ready to go. And so what I will do with this one is, forgot my strainer, is now I do the same thing again. My grains aren't in here, just my fruit is. So I'm just gonna strain this off. This as neatly as you can. I actually probably should have my bigger strainer, but I'm just gonna go ahead and go with this for right now to make it quick and easy to show you guys. Okay, and I would squeeze that fruit and try to get it all out, but I'm just gonna be quick about this and just show you the basics of how to do this. Okay, so now I have my wonderful liquid here. And you could taste this if you wanted to. Usually I do, to see if it's sweet enough. If it needs a little bit more sweet, I would just use maybe a drop or two of my liquid stevia, but you're not gonna need much at all. Now here in this jar, what I have is I just have some cranberry tea. This is a cranberry tea. It's actually called organic weightless cranberry tea. Not crazy about the name, but it makes a lovely deep red tea. And it has just a wonderful flavor. Just kind of like a basic berry tea. I can add some of that to this, which is what I would do, okay? Now I can also add some kombucha to this if I wanted to. So now I've really got some different probiotics going here. And I would literally just serve it just like this. I could float a couple berries in here. I could float some mint leaves in here or some lemon slices in here, but this is ready to go. Now, I didn't taste it yet, so I don't know if it's sweet enough. My family likes things a little bit sweet, like a sweet tea. So this is great for that. Let's just wipe it off a little bit. And if you have not seen the wonderful wide mouth ergo spout, that's what this is. I am in love with this thing. So you see me put that right on my wide mouth jar. Now I am ready to serve this up just like so. Again, like I say, I would add some ice to the cup, and I would even put in maybe a pretty straw and just serve it up just like this. And you have a wonderful, refreshing, probiotic filled, no sugar in this, sweet, wonderful drink. I think your family's gonna love it. I love this. My family loves it. It could be a little sweeter for my family, but it's good. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you'll have fun making this, and I'll see you in the next video.